Well, we've been all over the state today, as you know, and we'll continue to be through May 3. Ted will be doing a bus tour here next week, and we've been to Indianapolis, down to Evansville. I was at the Right to Life dinner last night. It was wonderful, and then back up here to Fort Wayne. What I think the people of Indiana, Hoosiers, want to know between now and May 3 is the truth about the candidates that are running. We've had a lot of great questions. We've got a lot of Ted Cruz supporters here. We have an army of thousands of volunteers who are getting out the word that Ted is the consistent conservative in this race with a proven record. You know, we don't need to guess and wonder what people will do when they're in office. It's probably pretty similar to what they've done in their past. And I think what Indiana is looking to know is who are the candidates and what do they stand for? And so we have an army of volunteers, just like we've had across this country, who have activated the grassroots in the Republican Party to educate people about Ted. Ted is a person who's very easy to live with. He's a fun guy. He's a pop culture nut, probably too much for his own good. He loves movies. He loves to play games with our kids. Ted's incredibly thoughtful. He always puts others before himself. Whenever we go out on a date night, we always have date night Sunday night. He's always, wants to do what I want to do. And he's really a very, very giving person. And when people see him on TV and so principled, so courageous, and really good at making the argument for our values, sometimes they don't see the softer side of Ted, how incredibly thoughtful he is. He frequently calls me from the campaign trail singing a tune. He's confident in what we're doing. He knows we're doing it for the right reasons. And he knows that we can win if we can get the facts out. I want the people of Indiana to know that Ted has been fighting for our values for literally decades. This is a person who was educated at the dinner table on the Constitution and the Bible. This is a person who was raised by a freedom fighter from Cuba, from a mom who was the first in her family to go to college, a blue-collar family. The family started a small business. They reached the American dream. It went bankrupt. His dad's now a pastor north of Dallas. This is a family who does embody the American story like so many of us have. And Ted has been principled. He ran in Texas to defeat Obamacare and to reduce our debt and deficit. When he got to Washington, he saw it wasn't working. He has been the agent of change. The reason that we've had 5 of the people who ran for office endorse our campaign is because Ted is uniting the Republican Party behind the voters in this country. We've had all different parts of the Republican Party come together, from evangelicals to fiscal conservatives to libertarians. Young people, millennials, and women have been getting behind Ted Cruz. And we've had the endorsement of Carly Fiorina, a businesswoman, of Scott Walker, an outstanding governor, of Jeb Bush and Lindsey Graham, who have said, you know what, we need to listen to the voters and we're going to vote for Ted. We've had the endorsement of our governor, Rick Perry. And when you see the Republican Party uniting behind Ted because Ted stands for the voters, I think that's what voters want to see, is who's going to fight for us in Washington, who is going to do what we want and listen to the American people. And I can promise you, that's Ted, and he won't let you down.